Hello, everybody. I'm going to do a short review today of what we learned yesterday in our joyful singing session called Joyful Phrasing. It's all about how important learning to flow energy through a phrase, learning to move your open vowel sounds over to the next word. It's all about artistry, as well as all these concepts that we're going to talk about will really help you with your technique. The first thing we want to talk about is legato line. Legato line is a concept in Bel Canto, or the old Italian method, which I learned, which helps you have a beautiful buttery flow of open sound. Now, when you are phrasing something, it's really all about moving energy and sound with your notes, with your emotions, and with that inherent energy that flows through your phrase. So, legato line, what is it? It means that you look at your lyrics, the story that you're telling on the printed page, and you identify open vowel sounds. So in other words, we'll use My Girl. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Well, that sounds fine, right? But when you're singing, you need to open those sounds. So right off the bat, make that an ah sound. Ah, like that. I've got. Let's try that. I've got. So it's an ah sound. So you start to identify all those beautiful open, mostly ah sounds. And then what you do is from that open vowel sound, you push the consonant that is on the end of the word, like you push that over to the next word, so that what in effect you're doing is just moving from one open sound with a tiny consonant in there to the next open sound. So in other words, I've got sunshine. Now there are a lot of ah sounds in there, right? I've got, that's almost like a G-H-A-T, got, not got, sunshine. Shine is an ah word also. In between, you have consonants, right? Because we have to articulate. So you move those consonants to the next word, and it'll sound more like this. I've got sunshine. Sunshine on. Sunshine on. So I'm pushing those consonants to the next word. So when you sing it, I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. On is also an ah word, right? Open. On a cloudy is an ah sound, right? On a cloudy day. And you see how I keep it open as long as possible before pushing the consonant over. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Cloudy day. So you push that over. So that's legato line. What that also does is it helps you when you're thinking of high notes within your phrase. It helps you know that you are singing a phrase. And yeah, that's what I want to note too. Phrase starts at the beginning, the first word, and ends with the last word of the phrase. Now within that, you have a whole lot of moving parts of notes, of emotion, of, giving emphasis, all those things. Those are all really important. But what I want you to think of as far as high notes go, you are moving from the beginning of the phrase to the end of the phrase. Within that, you're going to have some high notes probably, or ascending lines. What you want to do is you don't pay attention to those necessarily in your mind and lock onto them, because in really excellent singing, you are just moving through that phrase. And that brings me to my next point, which is moving literal energy through the phrase from the beginning to the end. You can sing very straight, I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. That's fine, that's okay. But if you really move that energy and lean on some of those words that are emotionally important, it's so different. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. It's like an ocean wave, right? So this is so important. Now, physically, I want you to really start thinking about that intake of energy, which is your breath, your inhale of energy, oxygen. Begin with that, and then really feel that you are engaged with your diaphragm and moving that energy to the end of the phrase. A lot of times people sometimes run out of air at the end of their phrase, but they also let the end of the phrase just kind of dwindle. And that's really not what you want to do. You want to keep that energy, even if you have a diminuendo at the end. You want to keep that energy flowing, right? It's a flow of energy. And with legato line in the mix, you are flowing that energy through open portals, right? Rather than smushing down every word. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. You know, that's an exaggeration. But this is what happens. The converse is you are flowing energy. You are flowing emotional energy through the phrase. You are opening to those vowels and pushing the consonants over. All very important. So we really want legato line, practice that legato line. Look at your lyrics and even circle the open sounds on your page so that you know, oh, okay, this is an open sound. I'm going to exaggerate that at the beginning of your practice so that you get the idea and feeling, starting to train your body and your throat, your vocal mechanism, how to open up those sounds. And it's just going to be so much nicer for your listener to have that beautiful buttery sound coming at them that's open all the time. Not only that, it is easier to understand lyrics when they are open and you're making space in the mouth and making space for the open sounds. So it sounds, let's do blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Now you've got some real closed down sounds on there, right? Now you can open up answer. The answer, and then push that S over. The answer, and sir, don't smush that down. Answer, it's almost a little bit of an ah. The answer, my is an ah, my friend, and push that Y and the F over. The answer, my friend, see how that works? Is blowing in the wind. Wind is smushy, so wind. Think if you can open that up, right? And open up the back of the throat, right? And one last thing, diphthongs. Watch out for diphthongs. In our English language, we have a lot of diphthongs, which means you have a one-syllable word that we close down, making it two syllables, like I, my, day. They're closed down. What you want to do in singing, take those diphthongs and make them one syllable. Let's see. On a cloudy day, when it's cold outside, it's not side. I've got, it's not I've got the month of May. I've got, it's just an ah. I've got the month of May. So watch out for those diphthongs when you're singing. So that's our recap for today. Really practice this. Think of flowing energy. Next week, we're going to talk about the alchemy of singing, which is a lot about emotion and how you infuse your lyrics and your phrases with that emotion that flows like an ocean wave to the end of your phrase. And one more thing, when you're doing your high notes, uh, lights will be great when you're downtown. Okay, down. Now that's a high part of that song. We might lock onto that, and our brain might go, "Oh no, I can't sing that." So you're locked on. Rather than that, downtown, and go downtown where all the lights are bright. That's really what you're programming your brain to sing, right? And go downtown where all the lights are bright. So I'm not locked on to that downtown. I'm already moving forward within the phrase, right? And that takes that pressure off the brain to be, cautious. So, and you also notice downtown, down. It's an ah. Downtown. And so is town. Town, right? And you keep those open as long as possible. Downtown. I just barely push the N over, right? Downtown. Okay? So, legato line, watch your diphthongs and make them one syllable. And start practicing and thinking about and becoming aware of how you push energy or flow energy through your phrases like an ocean wave, physically, emotionally, and mentally, right? Okay, so that's our review, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you either during office hours or next week. See ya!